crossing the Mississippi River on our way to the swamp tour.
I see a lot of young people come out, they catch an Uber out here. A lot of times, if there's something going on in the city, those people that are driving those Uber cars are not going to come way down here from the city to pick them up to bring them back when they're making money in the city. They're making money in the city. I say, you better get on this bus, pay to go back, because you'll have to pay to go back. There's a lake further back. I think the lake is called Salvador, I believe it is. And then you can actually get out to the Gulf from here, as well as the Mississippi. And you may see a number of large barges, or at least one, maybe more than one, that passes through here, because it's a very busy waterway.
Turtle and a catfish, which I just had for dinner. All right, here we go. Two bald eagles.
How deep is it? It's all the way to the bottom. I'm not lying to you that way because I don't have a depth finder on here. I'd be lying if I told you I knew exactly. If I had to guess, you're probably in about 4 to 5 foot of water right now.
There he is. Or her.
Hold on 1 second, let this airboat passes. So first things first are our waterways. Now back on this little area where our boats are running the tours, you're actually going to find 2 main waterways here we use to travel around on. The ones in this area, they're going to be called bayous and canals. So what you guys have been traveling down so far, these are canals, these are man-made bodies of water. Now canals out here, they're typically pretty wide, they're deep, they're straight. Most of the time in this area, you'll see this canal system come to a dead end. Also, it runs like a highway. It'll intersect and cross another one at a certain point. Now roughly about, I'd say 15 to 20 years ago, in the back of our dead end canals, like when we just came from right over there, if you guys were in this place back in those days, you would have just spotted an oil or a natural gas well. That was the main reason they came out here and started digging out waterways to drill for that stuff. A long time ago, they basically realized in an area like this, it's much easier to dig out bodies of water than it is to build a road through here. All of our cypress trees, they were logging them heavily in Louisiana up until the 1960s. Then it was made a state tree, so now by our laws, they're protected and we can no longer log them. A few animals I would consider to be big. There's white-tailed deer, coyotes, bobcats, wild boars. Also, gators can be broken. Now, smaller things, there's probably way too many to sit here and name every single one, but we can shorten that list down to a few we commonly see: rabbits, squirrels, possums, armadillos, raccoons, river otters. There's minks, muskrats, nutria rats. Also, depending on where you're at in our state of Louisiana, you can actually find 47 to 50 different types of snakes living across our state. 6 of those snakes are also venomous. Now, me personally, I'm not going to be able to sit here and name and identify every single one for you guys, because I'm not sure if y'all ever heard the saying or not, but basically the only good snake in my book can name Anybody finish it? It is a dead snake, right? So if a snake comes on this boat at any point in the tour, y'all can turn around and look. I will not be back here driving this thing for very long. I'm abandoning the ship, and y'all are on your own boat. You don't have to worry about a snake because we have a roof over our head. But on certain days on my airboat tour, I do have to tell people about snakes. Because like an alligator, they're a cold-blooded reptile. I'm not sure if you guys know what that word means. Basically means the animals can't regulate the internal body temperature. They do rely on the outside surrounding environment to cool down and warm up. So if it starts to drop below 60 degrees Fahrenheit, their body shut down, but the sunlight will still shine, and they use that sunlight to warm back up. Now, gators can only sunbathe in a flat, sunny area. You'll see them on top of a levee bank, on top of an island floating around, something they can just climb on top of and lay on. Now, snakes can use those same areas because it's easy to get there, but they do also have a much better option to warm up closer to sunlight. You guys know what I'm talking about? Up in those tree branches up there's not much blocking light from hitting them. Snakes will run faster in trees. Every now and then on an airboat tour, what happens is if you get too close to that snake in the tree, that thing is really loud and that snake is scared. I'm pretty sure you can guess what happens next. They fall down. And I have seen snakes actually drop into people's laps on those tours. And if that snake is falling into your lap, it's not a fun experience. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's kind of life changing. But if you're sitting on a boat and you see a snake fall into somebody else's lap, it gets really funny sometimes. Not because a snake fell into a lap. I think it's funny because our airboats have seatbelts on them. So imagine watching somebody who is strapped down in a seatbelt trying to get away from a snake. They really can't go anywhere. And then lastly, guys, you have a chance to see lots of birds. Like we saw the two bald eagles to start, which was awesome. But there's also red-tailed hawks, ospreys, great blue herons. There's great white egrets. We also have owls out here. I feel like it's the last animal people expect to see on a tour, and it's not something that we see a lot. This is my first time seeing a cow this month, so yeah, they're just wild cows. The reason we get on water is because these are man-made. This was once somebody's piece of land, and when they came out here with that dredge and they dug out this waterway, they technically created them a new bottom. That's how you own the bottom of the water. He's scared and he can't fly away. He's gonna dive into the water, completely submerge his body, and they just stick their necks and their heads above the water. They look like snakes when they swim around. He's in the water. Are you hungry, buddy? Be hungry. Yeah, there we go. I probably wouldn't believe me. But yeah, our gators love these things out here. And honestly, I can't tell you the exact reason why animal is relying on me feeding it marshmallows to survive, because I can't come out here and feed them nearly enough. And then also, I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you that a marshmallow is a nutritional alligator diet, because that would be some BS, and I do know better than that. So no matter how much we feed them, for them to still be alive and healthy, yes, they eat from us, but they also continue to eat their natural food sources, which in places like this, alligators eat a lot of fish. Fish would make up about 70 to 80% of this animal's natural diet. Now the other 20-30% is smaller animals. Gators love things they can swallow in one bite because they're not able to chew food or rip and tear meat apart. They actually crush things and swallow them whole, food source. But the reason why I think gators like marshmallows, my personal opinion, I think it's way simpler than that. Sugar is very addicting. Like it is for people, has to be for animals too. But they've been running the swamp tours in this little area since 1989. Our gators out here have now been eating these marshmallows for 35 years. So I know sometimes people see this and their first thought goes to, what if the marshmallow harms that gator, and one day what if they die from eating it? I understand that fully, but if you sit there and think about that for a second, if marshmallow harmed an alligator, by this point we wouldn't have a single one left to show you. They've been getting them 3 to 4 times a day for 35 years. What a lot of people don't realize, if we didn't feed them, you wouldn't get the opportunity to get them close to the boats, because naturally they're a lot more scared of you than you are of them. And what's this called? By yourself. It's a really good one, huh? No, I got some terrible jokes. You're probably going to hear a couple more for the tour too. Alright, you guys ready for this walking tour? Y'all seem really surprised. Y'all didn't read our brochure? Nah, nobody ever reads that brochure, and my boss would kill me to get off this boat, so we're not going to go walk. But I can sit here and run my finger around his mouth. It doesn't try to lash out. It doesn't try to bite. And I can even sit here, hit him in the face, and aggravate him, and he still doesn't bite fingers. And I'm just trying to get him to open his mouth for just 1 second, because I'll stick my finger in there, and he's not biting me, he's trying to get my finger out. Now I found the best way to hold it to make sure nothing happens to you or my gator. Just let it lay flat in the hand like this, hold on to it by the tail with your other hand, please. please don't squeeze the belly too tight. I have seen Gatorade come out. It's not a good kind of Gatorade, okay? But if you hold the tail, you have full control. You can hold it, you can let it crawl. If it falls, don't freak out, let go. Always hold that tail. It's not a lizard, it's not gonna fall off, and you can't hurt it this way. But if you drop it inside the boat, the deck of the boat's hard, you can risk knocking it out, and we don't want that to happen. And my only rule is, if you let it off the boat, you have to go get it, okay? You want to give it a shot? No? You want to hold it?
Hello, little creature.
Welcome to Jerome'sville. Actually, I'm in your neck of the woods. It's actually pretty. You're on video. Ready, Mo?
Let me get Mo at the tail end just to see how far she is to the
I'm watching from afar.
to the boat.
You can drive those things over land if you're going fast enough, basically.
Looks like I done
yeah, it just depends on the captain himself. So, like I said, I do my